I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time, and I finally have it. It's the EcoFlow DELTA 2 Max, and I only ordered this on actual Black Friday day. I got a very good deal, $14.99 Australian dollars. It's a refurbished model. Now I already have a refurbished EcoFlow River 3 Plus, and there's no problem with it. You've seen it on my video, and got quite a significant saving by going refurbished. And from what I've seen from my Delta 2 as well, that's refurbished, there's no real difference between a brand new one. So this is how big the box is. I think it's about 23 kilos. It's quite heavy. Does it say anything here? It's quite heavy, and it's a lot bigger, and I don't have any other room at the moment, so I'm going to unpack it here and we'll go through it and do some tests, and we'll go from there. Alright, got the top open, and EcoFlow branded even foam. This is probably the cables and manual. I know the manual's here. Quick start guide. The important thing is to keep the box, because I've had to do a warranty claim before on my River 2, and it's just hard to ship these. Hard to find a box unless you have the original one. So keep this, even if you have to flatten it, just in case you need to do a warranty claim. So there was no plastic or anything inside the box, which is good. That's landfill, but it's very well protected with these foam things, so don't throw them out, just in case. Okay, here it is, and so far it looks in really good condition. I don't seem to see any scratches or anything. Anyway, that would be only purely cosmetic anyway. In the box you get the DC cable, which I haven't even used on my Delta 2 yet. AC charging cable, and you get the car charging cable. There we go. So let's turn it on. First boot up. So that's good, 28%, a safe charge to move around during transport. And what we're going to do is we're going to charge it via AC now, because it is a very good solar production day outside, and we'll make use of the energy first thing in the morning. Just before I get started, let's have a quick look at the ports and plugs available on the Delta 2 Max, even though there's a ton of videos on this already. Well, we've got our 4 240 volt AC inputs, Australian model of course, AC on and off. We have 2 3 amp DC plugs with a separate on off button, 12 volts, and then here we've got the flap for charging. So we've got PV1, PV2, really good. You have 2 separate MPPTs in there. Both can handle between 11 and 60 volts of input at 15 amps max. And we have the charging port, and then we have a breaker reset switch in case something goes wrong. On the side, I think we've got some expansion battery ports. Very nice. Close them up. And on the front we have 2 USB-A's, 2 USB-A fast charge, and 2 USB-C 100 watt outputs. I'm not sure if it's an input. Anyway, we can talk about that later. I'll get it charged up. Okay, this is factory settings. I'm not sure what charging speed it will start at. Probably max 628. Wow, it's quite a lot faster than my Delta 2. Actually, I'm not sure if I think I leave my Delta 2 on silent charging, so I haven't seen it go this high before. So the goal is to charge it up as fast as I can while solar production is high, and leave the rest for my house battery, which needs to be charged up. We had a pretty cloudy day yesterday. Yes, this is charging at like 2.2 kilowatts. That is amazing. Alright, we'll let that go, and I'm going to add this to my app and look at all the settings and update the firmware when it's fully charged. Okay, I'm in the app and it suddenly already detected it, which is good. As you can see, my River 2, River 3 Max Plus and Delta 2 are in there. Let's add the Delta 2 Max. My family is growing. I think we'll update the firmware right now. Update now. It's 1.0.0.194. So current version is version 1. What's new in this update? Improves the battery's charge and discharge protection strategy. Well, that's good enough for me. Alright, we're done. So, inputs. Let's rename this to James's. Oops. James, I don't like the capital letters. Tells G-Max. Charging speed. That is very high. Can we change? Discharge limit. I like to leave a little bit just in case. 5%. But I let it charge all the way to the top. You can't change the AC charging speed. Oh, so 2 inputs. Oh, that's for the DC 5521s. X-Beast, yeah. Device timeout 2 hour. Leave all that default for now because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. What's in lab features? Don't need anything there for now. Energy management. Just went in there. Interesting how you can't change the charging speed of this device. The Delta 2 you could. Alright. I think that's all for now. Bit hard to see, but I did some research and I think this switch here onto the left means it's always going to be max charging speed. If I do it to the right, it means I can adjust it in the app. So let's go and check. Okay, in the app I can now change the charging speed. So now it's gone down to 400. If I put it to the left, if I refresh it, I've just clicked the switch. Now it's back to 2,400 watts. If I put it to the right, it's back to 400 watts. That's good. I might bump it up to 1,000 watts for now. It's good that I can change it. I was a bit worried that, because if you want to charge it from like a smaller inverter or something, you wouldn't be able to do it. Let's put it at 800 watts. Beep. There we go. Then I can charge it from my other battery system, which I'll do now actually. Okay, we're going to finish the charging up here from my King's 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter and my just over 2 kilowatts of battery, which is at 90%. So start of the day, I can drain it a little bit. Okay, it's starting up now. Looks like it's fine. I should hear the fans go up on the King's inverter soon. It's under quite a bit of load. Alright, we'll let that go. I'm in the Victron app, my shunt. I'm pulling about 42 amps. This is kind of like the most I've ever actually pulled from it. Just checking that the cables aren't going to get too hot. But yeah, they're pretty thick inverter cables. It should be fine. Alright. Let's have a look at the, look at that. Look at those stats. Big drop there. Okay, we are fully charged up. So let's do a bit of testing on the USB side. We'll turn that on. I've got this little tester here. So we'll do it into the standard USB-A plugs. And what do we have? 5.11 volts, that's fine. And let me just plug my iPad in. Okay, the standard port charges up 1.3 amps. Now we'll move it to the fast charging. And that's still 1.3 amps. I suspect because my iPad is already kind of full, so it doesn't do the fast charging when it's kind of all the way up. Let's try the USB-C now. And the USB-C doesn't activate until you plug a load in, so I'll plug my iPad in again. USB-C to USB-C. And it's now being able to take it in at 15 volts at 1.5 amps. So that's significantly faster, about 20 watts. Oh, it's gone down now because my iPad isn't that full. Well, it's almost full. I'll see if I can plug in something longer. See if I can plug in something that needs a bigger charge. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that needs more of a charge, but let's try the other port. Make sure it all works. That port is working. Very good. We'll test all the USB-A ports. Yep. And did I do that one already? Not sure. And this one. It's a refurbished unit, so you just got to make sure. Okay, we'll continue topping up my iPad because I've got to use it later on. I've also got this USB-C to DC 5521 cable, and it allows you to basically change the voltage. 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, 15 volts, 20 volts. So it supports all the USB-C power delivery voltages, which is great. Alright, we are now in the kitchen, and we know that the Delta 2 Max can handle small loads. Let's get into the nitty-gritty big stuff. So we'll switch it on 99%, even though it's been charging my iPad. We'll turn the AC inverter on. How do we do that? And we'll run appliances on each of these to make sure that they all work. So here's the coffee machine. I'm having a decaf. See how many watts my coffee machine needs. There we go. Oh, it's starting up now. Can you hear it? $25 watts. No, it's using more than that. 1485. There we go. It's the heating element's going. It's bouncing around. No problem for it at all. Like my cup. There we go. It's going up because the heating element. No problem. It's got a 2400 watt inverter, so it's no problem for it. And because the coffee I'm having is only one shot, I'm going to boil the kettle as well. Alright, there was no problem. Okay, I used that one before, now it's this one. And here's the kettle. 2162 watts. Gosh, I've never seen an inverter this large. This is my first 2400 watt inverter. The reason why I got the Delta 2 Max, because of the inverter size. Imagine if I had to just do my DIY, I won't be able to just easily move a device like this into the room. So yeah, consider this machine if you basically want an inverter and you get a battery all in one. If if I was consistently using this load, it would drain the battery in 51 minutes. Okay, it's still going. Shouldn't take that long to boil a kettle. You can hear the kettle slowing down now, so it's almost done. Okay, it's clicked off. And just to prove it's hot, we'll do this. Okay, sorry about my cupboard. Now we're going to run the dishwasher on our normal heaviest duty cycle. I actually pulled it out and re-plugged it into this port because we haven't used that yet, into that socket. One more to test later. That's on, and let's see how we're going. That's kind of filling up at the moment, so I'll loop you back in once the heating element kicks in. You can hear it going. And it's only using 110. Alright, here we go. We're ramping up now, the heating element's coming on. 2125. 2125 watts or 2.1 kilowatts. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I'm going to have to top it up if we do get low. But obviously the heating element's not going to be running all the way through. So I'm in the app and it's still using 2.12 kilowatts, so I don't know how long. Oh, it just dropped. So if it kept going, I wouldn't have much time left. 37 minutes remaining. I'm going to keep an eye on it because I don't want it to cut out halfway through the cycle. But I'm fairly confident it should finish this. I think the dishwasher's finished. I still have 71% left. Oh no, what does this mean? I don't think it's finished yet. I don't even know when my dishwasher is finished. Anyway, I think it is finished. Yep, I can still feel the heat from it. It's done. Well, I'm really impressed with that. Double checked that it did clean. Yep, that's all good. We'll let that dry. Okay, sorry it's a bit dark, but I've plugged it into the last AC socket. And we are going to charge up my EcoFlow River 2. I'm currently charging it from another power bank. We'll turn that off. And we'll get this AC charging. We'll top it up. So see if this can, I'm sure it will work. Not the most efficient way, but there we go. Should go at full speed, 330 watts I think. Yep. Look at that guy. And 4 hours at that speed. $340 watts, sorry, 342. Okay, we'll let that charge up and we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, I actually stopped that because I know that the AC socket's working now. Let's try this DC socket. Turn that on. And we're going to feed it into the car charging / solar charging port. And see how we go. I think it's set to maximum, which is 8 amps. I'll double check that on the app in a second. Yeah, it was set to 8 amps, but the River 2 wasn't set to 8 amps, so I've just set that up now. And that is going at full speed now for DC to DC, about 100 watts.
Okay, the River 2 is now charged up and I still have 60% left. So that's it for this evening. I'll check in again tomorrow. Okay, we are now solar charging. Not exactly the solar panel that you want to be charging the Delta 2 Max with because it's pretty small, but it is working. 26 watts. Let's see if I can angle a little bit. Might get a bit more. Yeah, 32. Yeah, it's still a bit early in the morning, but that port works. So I'll plug it into PV1 now. So each port supports up to 500 watts between 11 and 60 volts. Okay. Of course, the sun's just come behind a cloud now. These don't do too well in shade. Okay, that's PV1 port. And then, oh, the sun just went around again. I know it's come back out again. I'm not going to be able to catch it right now. Okay, the sun's come out. Yes, that input port's working. The sun, there's the panel. So one more thing to test on this refurbished unit is the DC plugs. I have my little like voltmeter. It says 0 volts at the moment. So I plug that in there. 12.6 volts. Plug that in there. 12.6 volts. All good. Okay, sorry for the mess, but yeah, this was the Delta 2 Max refurbished unit, and it's fine. It's perfectly fine for the initial testing. And no, I won't be permanently using this EcoFlow 60 watt panel to charge the unit. I actually plan on charging it via AC because I've got some house solar here, and there's other panels on the west side. So I'm actually in the process of developing a little program for my Tapo plugs, which you can see over here. See that over there? And I have a Shelly energy meter, so it's able to tell me if I'm exporting to grid. And if that's happening, I'm just going to turn on a plug to charge via AC. So we have it. That's the Delta 2 Max refurbished. I got it for an excellent price of $14.99 AUD from the EcoFlow flagship official eBay store. It was a bargain. I'll be making more videos about the Delta 2 Max and other EcoFlow products in the future, so subscribe and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.